Now, so databases, again, few queries I'll run as similar to check how many databases are there. We'll pick up any one database from here. This is all my output coming. Use one of the database and check number of tables. Many tables are there. Okay. Yesterday we have created, so we'll take that table only. We have created this mycust table. So today we'll work on this mycust table only. Select a star from my underscore cust. Yeah, you can find this many information, right? So yesterday we have seen create, insert, and update. Now today we'll see how we can delete any record from that table. Okay, so query is very simple for delete operation. This insert and delete are mainly manipulation query. So today we are seeing DML, data manipulation language, and from this DML we're talking about delete. How we can delete any record from the table. Okay, so queries as follows. Query for delete is as follows. Okay, that's my query. So I have a table already. I'll say delete, and this is case insensitive. Okay, so if you're using uppercase, lowercase, it doesn't really matter. Delete table name, and what's your table name? Table name is mycust. So let me take first syntax here. Delete underscore table, or I'll have to say here delete from table name. Okay, because we'll see from where we are deleting this record. So delete from table name, where we can give any condition. Okay, where any column name, any column. I'll run this query after this syntax. Okay, do not worry. Delete from table name where column name is equal to some value. This is continuation from here. Okay, let me write it here. Column name is equal to some value. Now when I say this query, right, when I run this query, so can you see first number of record which are present here? What do you see? You see first ID, name, and city, right? You see first ID, name, and city. Now what is ID, name, and city? ID, name, and city is a column names, and these are their respective data, which we're calling as a record. So first row is having 1 John Daly, 2 Dave Lisbon, 3 Anna Ferris. Okay, this few records. So I want to delete the second record. I don't want this record, right? So how can I delete this data, the second row, if I don't want that? So here is my query for that. Select, delete from table name, right? So what is my table name? This is my table name, mycust, where column name. So you can refer any column here. You can say ID, name, and city. I'll say ID is equal to 2. If I run this query, okay, if I run this query internally, you understand first which record it is going to delete. So it is going to delete the second row, right? Because we have given a reference for that. What if I give ID is equal to 3? It will delete the third row. So any of the column you can pass, not just ID. You can say name also. But obviously, guys, I'll tell you one thing here to remember. Primary key we should keep while deleting this, because one same name we can have many people can have a same name in same city, right? So in one city we can have 10 people with the same name. If I give this name and we have 10 people record, that all 10 people record will be deleted. So sometimes this can be a disaster, and hence we need to check, do we have this duplicacy. Obviously, if I delete based on city also, if other people have a same city as this, those record will also be deleted. But id, other people may not be having, they may be having different id. Okay, so this is a better, and logically you have to think here. There's no uh, best approach or good practices there. You'll have to think first which record is duplicate, which is not duplicate. Give that column value and submit the query. When you submit this query, read their acknowledgement. What this acknowledgement is saying: deleted the record, and this took us 0.0062 second. So time is total 0.0062 second. Let's again run this query and see it. So that record has been deleted from here, right? That record has been deleted from here. Likewise, we can do alter, truncate. Okay, alter. So I'll tell you first syntax, and then this all syntax you may practice after the session. How about alter? What is the alter query? Alter does not come under under DDL. Okay, it is a kind of manipulative query, because I'm trying to change the definition of my table. Okay, what alter does, it changes it changes it changes structure of the table. Structure of the table. Now when I say it changes the structure of the table, what is structure? So suppose I have two column. Okay, in my existing table I have a two column, two feature, two field, uh, and I want to increase from two to three column, right? So I have a table. In that table I have a two column named ID and city, but I want to change a country column also. So when I want to change a country column, I will have to use alter, because I'm making a changes in my table structure, right? So using alter, I can do that. I can decrease from two to one also. So you can grow also from two to three. You can shrink also. That all thing we can see in a alter query. How about truncate? How about truncate? So these are all keywords. Okay, these are all keywords which you will have to remember. What alter does, what truncate does, what is the use of delete, what is the use of insert, update, which I have seen yesterday. Truncate, well, truncate, it delete, it deletes all record, all data from table. It deletes all record from table. Table structure will remain same. Table structure will remain same. So I'm not making any changes on my table structure using truncate. So truncate is deleting their available records in the table. Will be same. Okay. So this is This is for alter and this is for truncate. Now, after after DDL, DML, there's a very important task. There's a very important task with DRL, data retrieval language. So oftentimes this DRL is useful to run a query and see records from the table. See records from the table. Allow me a second. There's some noise coming. I'll stop the window. Okay, so DRL is a data retrieval language, and we are running a query here, right? So this query can be different queries I can run. Okay, so let's say case one. We'll read this as a case voice. So case one says, check all the record from table. Check all records from a table. Now, what query I'll run for this? My query point for this table is select a star from table. Select a star from table, right? Now, we know this star means I'm trying to fetch data from all the column. This star is nothing but this is representing all the columns and from one particular table. So it will fetch you all the data. Second, check record from check record from a table for only two columns. So let's say in this table I have a in this table I have a four columns, and out of four columns I only want to get this two columns. So how my table will look like? So this is my table, right? Let's say this is my uh, table, and these are my row. These are my row information is stored in a table, and these are my column information. I said total number of column is 4 in a table. So column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, and row 6. Okay. Total, we have this records available in this table. So I want record from C1 and C3. Only this two column. That's this two column, yes, out of four columns. So query is here as follows. These are all simple queries. Okay, just needs a hands-on to remember this point. Otherwise, they're plain and quite simple. Now, instead of writing, you'll always check my previous query and the current query. I'm first referring this point, and then I'm writing query for this second case. So case number, this is case number 2. Okay, so we are talking about different cases. This is my case number 2. Select. I need C1 and C3, right? So can I write their column names? I'll refer as a column 1, comma column 2. Now whatever is name of your column, please write that column name here instead of column 1 and column 2. From table name. From table name. This will fetch me only two column data, not other column data, right? So this is first query, second query. Let's say third, I want to see count number of rows, count number of rows, count number of rows from a table. So you'll have to check how many total these rows are there. When I say count, this count will work row wise. So it will check how many total rows are there. Okay, because RDBMS is a row oriented database. One quick point to remember here, that RDBMS is a let me write it here. RDBMS is row oriented database. Okay, it's not a column oriented database. Column oriented database is also there in Hadoop. We'll see that what is the column oriented and how it works. But relational database management system, where we talk about MySQL, Oracle, Ab initio, MicroStrategy, Netezza, and etc. Right? All these are part of your different traditional databases. So they work with the concept of row orientation. There's a big meaning of row orientation. There's two different orientation: row orientation, column orientation. So this is a row wise operation in RDBMS. So this will check first row, second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row, and sixth row. But what is the query to check my number of rows present in the table? This query is select. Now since I want to count number of rows, there is an inbuilt function called count in RDBMS. Select count, okay, star. So here I'll use a star. Star means all the column we know, get all the column and all the rows. Select count star from table name. If I run this query, I'll get answer in a numeric form. So numeric form means total number of rows 6. So answer will come as 6 here as numeric. Let me actually run all this query, okay, for you. So say I'm running this query on my table called mycust. I'll change my query here itself. I'll say count, and within bracket I'll give this. So there is my query. Select count star from table name. I know answer will come as 2 because we have first row and we have second row. This is your first row and this is your second row. First row, second row. So output of this will come as 2. Select count star from table name. This is your output. Okay, so this is a count operation, count query. After count operation, let's again run. I'll write it here, the previous query, which was start, because I'll be needing this query going forward. Now, after checking their count star, what if I want to check only record from one particular city? Let's say there's a table called transaction. There's a table called transaction. This transaction table is there in RDBMS. Okay, it's created. So I'll create a number of columns which are present in this transaction table. Transaction ID is there. Transaction amount is there. Transaction date is there. T date, let's say T underscore date, transaction date, and transaction, which city this transaction is happening. This many records are available: ID, amount, transaction date, and city. So using this ID, I can see which is the customer who is transacting this much amount. and where he's transacting, right? Because banking firm organization has all these records available, and definitely they have a connection with other bank also, so they can check your all different transactions. Now this id is let's say 1 2 3 4 5. These records are already available, somebody have inserted it. Amount, this is in dollar, so amount is $29. Okay, this is in dollar, so 29.00, 19.99, 58.50, 71.00, 89.00. These are my transitional amount. Date is there. So date is stored in a format of YYMMDD. YYMMDD when we say, so transaction date is stored in this format. Year 2020, month, January, first month, and date, let's say 10th January. So this record is coming from 10th January 2020. This transaction had happened that on that day. If you want to store a time also, you can store a time also. So obviously when you're doing transaction, time is also playing an important role. Let's use the time also. This is happening in 10:00:00 GMT, right? Greenwich Mean Time. So this is happening in 10:00 GMT. This is one time zone. Then 20 similar I'll keep some records here. So this is in July, 7 July, 13 hours, whatever zone is there, IST, GMT, PST, 2015, 1015. This happened on 19 hours, 05 second, 2010, 09, 29, 12 hours, and last value 2020, 3rd March, 3rd March, 10 o'clock, 10:30. So this is my transaction date, okay, when this transaction happened. And city, so this is a city where this transaction happened. So this city name is Pune. This is the city is Dehradun. This is Raipur. This is again Pune. This is Delhi. These are my records stored in a table called transaction table. Now question is coming, one case come to you, or let's say task coming from business, that get me all the record from Pune city. So this query is coming from business that they're asking me to tell how many transactions happened uh, on Pune, in Pune. Okay. So I need this row and this row, because these are my records which are coming from a city called Pune. So I don't need Dehradun, Raipur, and Delhi records. So I want to filter it here, right? If you think logically, forget about query for a while. And if I'm saying that I need this and this record, so what ideally you're doing, you're trying to filter the record and fetching me only this two rows, this one and this one, where your city is matching. Now what query I'll run here? What is my query point? My query point, select. Now it depends. You're looking for all the result. You're looking for all this. So let me highlight it. You're looking for this whole record. You're looking for this whole record, not in, as an whole row, entire row, or you're looking for few columns data only. So I'll run that both for you. Okay, first I'm saying I'll need all the record from this table. So get me all the record from Pune city. Select a star. Check this query carefully. Okay, select star. Star means all the column from table name. What is table name? Transaction. Transaction. Now the requirement is coming for only one city. Transaction where city is equal to and whatever record you are inserting in a English, right, in a character format. So these are known as a string internally. So a string, whenever you write this within a single quote. So within this single quote you will have to write your value, which is Pune, and run this query. When you run this query, exactly these two rows will be fast and displayed here as a part of your first task. That's what this query is doing. Okay. Second query says get only amount and date from a city from Delhi. From city Delhi or city Delhi. So what this query, second query is saying, get me, always read the objective carefully. Get only amount. So there is a word only, right? Only amount and T date, which means this one and this one from city Delhi. So this city only, this city, ideally they are saying we need this record. We need this record only. Just this record. We don't need ID, we don't need city. We need this to record from Delhi. So what is my query here? What, check carefully. Select, and these are very straightforward. Okay, once you know the concept, it's very easy to write it. Select amount because I need this, and I need D date, T date, transaction date from table name, which is my transaction table, where city is equal to Delhi, isn't it? If I run this query, I'll get this record only. So try this out. Okay, try this out, all the query, whatever I'm running, try this in your this cell, in your MySQL workbench, or you can try this on your MySQL terminal also. Both way, in both the place the same query will work. After doing this where and condition wise query, this is the conditional query, right? This query are known as a conditional query because I'm giving conditions that I need from this city, I need from this city, I need this many columns. These are all conditional query. Now next, after table creation, inserting, updating, deleting, and storing records, putting condition. Next thing, and very key idea of of RDBMS is a key concept. Now, what is this key concept? We have many keys, okay, in RDBMS: unique key, uh, primary key. So I'm not going to definition a uh, typical definition of the key concept. I'm taking real time example, like where I need this key. And here I'll talk about first primary key. Other keys you can read about it. Okay, you can read this key concept. I'll share this link with you, from where you can get all this key core fundamental idea of key from RDBMS. So first key concept is primary key. It's a primary key. And what is this primary key? This primary key says when you're inserting a record, when you're inserting a record, there could be a chance of duplicacy. So how will you ensure your table there is no duplicate? There is no duplicate because if I'm writing ID, right? I'm writing ID. Let's say there's a table, account table. Account table is there, and this account table is having ID as a column, name as a second column, and account number is a third column, mobile number is a second column, fourth column. So this many number of columns are there. Total ID, name, account number, mobile number. ID, if I say 1, 2, 3, uh, name is Adam, Bob. So yeah, account number 5432109. I'm just taking a random number. 210943241500139. Mobile number is as 827600. Those are my data. But how will I distinguish here between my record? If I again put 3 and one more name and one more account number and one more mobile number, when I'm looking for one particular customer, this is a duplicate data, right? You have ID as a duplicate record. So 3 is repeating. 3 is repeating. So if you want to change any value from third row, what condition will pass? What condition you will pass? So primary key says, I will not allow any duplicacy. Primary key says, if you take me in the table, I will not allow any duplicacy, right? If you're getting my concept here, in a duplicate, we can have a same person name 100 times in the city. So I cannot give, I can, if I'm storing one person record, if I'm storing my record, what could be the best primary key? What data can be different from other? So my name can be similar. Okay, let's first think here. Let's first build a stage to understand the primary key. So here I'm talking about my records. So in my records, I have data as follows. So I have my name, I have my date of birth, I have my address, I have my country, city, right? Designation, account number, mobile number, etc. So this is my column number 1, column 2, column 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now quick question, can name be only one in the city? No, there can be thousands of people with the same name. There can be thousands of people with this name. So I cannot make this as a primary key, isn't it? If I make this as a primary key, it is a duplicate. We know this name can be multiple in the same city. Date of birth is also possible. Not rigorously I'm saying that it is exactly possible, but could be possible. There is a scenario where we can see same name and same date of birth. There's a chance, there's a little probability. So I don't want any probability, I want zero probability. I want such record here to make as a primary key. Address, this address can be also same somebody is residing in or located in my same society. City is obviously a duplicate, so many people are living in this Pune. It's not that just I'm here. Countries, again, billions of people are living in this country. Account number, this can be unique. Account number, this can be unique, right? My account number and other person account number is not similar. This can be unique. This can be unique. Mobile number, have you find ever that same mobile number is assigned to two different people? It's not a general scenario. It's not even possible, right? So mobile number is also unique, such as Aadhaar card if you want to take. These are unique values. So always make this unique values as a primary key so that you can have a filtration over your records. So primary key is what? I will not allow any duplicacy. And obviously, if I make this account number or mobile number as a primary key, there is not a single or 0.0001% chance also that account number or mobile number is same assigned to both to two different people. This is not a case, right? If you think general wise in general scenario. So how my table structure will look like if I want to create a primary key here for account number, let's say, or for id, I can make this id also as a primary key, so that uh, as we are going in a chronological order, it's not getting same data. So table structure is this. My ddl statement. Ddl is a table structure, only data definition language. Create table name. And what is a table name? Account. So create table account and give a field name as id as integer. It's a numeric value. Name as, this is character, right? This is all character. So name is varchar. Strongly recommend please run all this query in your workbench, because if you just check this thing uh, over the video, it's not clear. I'm telling you upfront. Id is a name varchar account number. This is again in number, right? So can you say this is also integer? This is also integer. Can you say, or let's say, since range is little high, I'll say this is long. Long and integer both are numeric, but integer is uh, with a less range and long is with bigger range. So if you see, there I have just one character, one numeric value. There I have more numeric values, right? So it's a numeric value with a more digit. That's why I'm giving long here, not a big concept. So integer and long both belongs to same family. How about mobile number? Mobile number as a column. And again, since this is big, we know mobile number in India is with 10 digit. Mobile number in India is with 10 digit. So since this is 10 digit and this is just a one digit, we will give this to long. Now I have defined my number of columns. At last I will say primary key within bracket, which column I want to make as a primary key. Which column I want to make as a primary key. So I want to make this ID as a primary key. I want to make this ID as a primary key. Okay. So it will not allow duplicate. Now let's say if I'm again going to insert one more record with the third ID, same 3, it will say duplicate is there. So fundamental is this. I will not allow any duplicacy. And if you have a duplicate values, it's difficult to find out the data. That's why we don't insert any duplicate, and hence we need a concept of primary key. So creatable table name. Last, I think if you check my structure, I have just given this extra statement. This is only my extra statement in my table. This is all coming from previous structure: ID, name, account number, mobile number. I'm just given this last thing here. And if I start inserting now record and try to give the same record, I'll get exception. Check this out. So this is all fundamentals in RDBMS. I'll recap again what all the things you'll have to cover in RDBMS. So after today, we'll be resuming our session on Monday. You have enough time today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow to work with this RDBMS. Okay. So use this time wisely. First, DDL, how to create table. Second, DML. Third, DRL. DDL, DML, DRL. Fourth, key concept. And within key, primary key we have seen. So you can check with the primary key only. Other keys I won't be requiring. Foreign key, unique key, those concept is also there. You work on primary key. DRL is mainly a select query, query or conditional query. Conditional query. DML. DML is insert, update, delete. DDL is create, create and drop. What is drop? We are not saying. Drop means deleting the table. So if you want to delete the entire table, last query for today, delete table, entire table. Okay, I'm not. Why we have seen one delete, but that delete is deleting my row. Here I'm talking about deleting the table, complete table. What is the query to delete this table? Actually, it's not known as a delete. It's known as a drop. Drop the table. Often we call drop. A delete uh, doesn't make sense when we talk about RDBMS, because delete means one row deletion. Drop table is queries straightforward. This query says drop table name, drop table name. So that table will be deleted. Let me do that for you. So here I will delete this my cust table. Here I will delete this table. So what is my query to delete this table? Drop table my underscore cust. Now when I run this query, always see the acknowledgement. That's a good practice. So when you run this and check this green check is there at last, you understand, okay, this query has run successfully. Now can you again run this so table thing and see number of uh, table are less or more, because we have deleted my cust. Let's run this. After that, you see there's a my cust table. Let's explain this first. Start checking from beginning. Do you see my cust table anywhere here? Because that table is deleted. It's not there. If I run a query again, select star from my table, it will throw me an error. It will throw me exception saying that this table does not exist. See this error? This says this table does not exist. Table does not exist because we have just deleted this table, right? So this is all operation which are related to RDBMS.